Hey guys, how you doing? I am Chef Mick. This is Cooking for the Boys Live. Welcome to everybody. You know what? I don't have it written up here. Ciao a tutti. How's that? Good job. Now, I was working on some mushrooms here. Let me get them out of the way. Today, we're calling our episode today our birthday bash. Okay, so a little explanation. March is a huge month for our family. We have 2 birthdays and a wedding anniversary. We had the anniversary special last week for my wife. We had the Friday happy hour for a birthday for our son David. Today's the birthday bash for my director, my producer, Duran. Tomorrow he turns 21. So this meal is a meal that he requested. At first he requested fajitas, something that I'm really good at. Then he changed his mind on me and made me go out of my wheelhouse here. But I'm going to show you some very good Asian themed food. We're going to have a great time. Why don't we go to our workstation? Alright, at our workstation you're going to see 2 knives. Okay, this is the chef knife I normally use. It's a very beautiful knife. You know, it's a Wüsthof, it's German. It's a beautiful knife. It's not the knife we're using today. This is the knife we're using today. Even though this one's just a made in China Faberware knife, the fact of the matter is it's a different kind of knife. It is a Santoku, Sudoku, I'm not sure which one it is. It's one of those knives. Okay, it's a Japanese knife. The main part of the knife that we want to look at right here is this part right here. These little ridges. These ridges, when you're cutting, these ridges provide air in between the veggies and the food that you're cutting, which makes them slide off the knife a lot easier. And you're going to see what I mean as we're cutting some stuff. The first thing we're going to work on, guys, we're making a beef teriyaki today. Now, Chinese food, Asian food, whatever you want to call this, does not take long to cook. But it does take long to prep. So, we're going to start our prep first. Remember, we always start with what's going to take the longest. And in this case, the prep is going to take the longest. And we need this beef to sit in the marinade for a little while. So we're going to start it off here. Now, you can use any cut of beef you want. Okay, this is just little round steaks here. Little, I think it's round steak, it's chuck steak, whatever it is. Now, you can use it like this, or you can pound it even thinner. Look what I have. See, tenderizer on one side, flat on the other, so I can pound the beef to even a thinner look. So, now, you can do it straight on here like this. Nothing wrong with that. Of course, at the end of it, I might look like I'm in a Godfather movie with blood all over me. Or you can place plastic over it. I'll use plastic in a little while anyway. All we're trying to do is pound it out and make it thinner. That's all we need. Now, using our knife, all we're doing here, guys, is cutting the beef into what you're comfortable with. Okay, I want to cut it thin and on a little diagonal here. Okay, on a bias right here, nice and thin pieces. That's what I want. Small thin pieces. This stuff is going to cook up so fast because of this. Now, a lot of people will use. Let me get rid of this little bit of fat right here. While I am a big fan of this, it doesn't go well when you're cooking it, and certainly not when you're trying to eat it. Now, so beef teriyaki uses 2 things. It uses beef and teriyaki marinade. The rest, my friends, the rest is up to you. Okay? Ours will have mushrooms in it today. And a lot of people use, obviously, broccoli. See how this has this little part right here? Let me get rid of that little part. A lot of people use broccoli. Duran's not a fan of broccoli. This is his birthday show. Therefore, no broccoli today. Beef and mushrooms. Okay, but you can use broccoli. You can use any other veggie you want to throw in there. If you want to go find those really cute little mini corn things, mini corn on the cobs, those are really cool. I like those. Let me get rid of the center piece right here again. Again, if it's not going to cook and be tender for us, we don't really want it in this dish, because people are going to be lifting it up with their chopsticks and trying to eat it, and we don't need them chewing all day on one piece of meat. That's why we're doing it like this, so we can tenderize it, make it, cook it up really fast and easy to chew. All right, so don't be fooled, guys. This is the beef right here I just cut. Don't be fooled. I'm going to make more after the show. This is just for the show. Let me clean this off a little bit, because I'm going to cut the mushrooms, and I'm not going to contaminate the mushrooms with the red meat. So we can do that. I don't like the way this looks. I use the little wet paper towel underneath so my cutting board doesn't slide anywhere. Let me clean off my knife and chop mushrooms. Very simple stuff. Now, like I said, nothing here takes a long time except the prep work. Everything cooks fast, okay? You can cut them, you can slice them like that, or if you like them, you can leave them in bigger chunks like that. It's up to you, however you like it. The bigger chunks really do look a lot cooler, though. And let's not forget, looking cool is also a big part of what we do on cooking. Okay. Well, I don't know if they call it looking cool, but, you know, plating, the look of the food, all of that is very big. And that's what we're working on right now. All right. So, now we have our mushrooms cut. I'll put that to the side. So now we're going to use, and this, you can make your own marinade, but this is the teriyaki. I keep misspelling this word. I got to remember to spell it properly. This is the teriyaki marinade. All right, and all we're going to do is drop it in here. Now, normally you would hear me say, "Hey, don't forget your salt and pepper." Believe me, just like soy sauce, which is part of this marinade, there's plenty of salt in here. Don't go adding any more. Okay, you can add more after you cook it if you don't like the amount, but don't add any more now because it will come out very salty. It's going to sit this aside until we're ready to cook it. Very simple, very easy. That's our first step. All right, what's our next step, guys? Well, the next thing we're going to work on, and maybe I don't need this, is we're going to roll some sushi. We're going to roll our own sushi. I do need that. So, this is seaweed, or nori, N-O-R-I. Nori. I'm not very good at the pronunciation, but I do know it's seaweed. It's what we roll our sushi in. Okay? That is in every part of sushi. We're going to use that in a minute. This is our bamboo rolling pad, which we will cover with plastic wrap in a minute. This is our sticky rice that we're using for the sushi. It's very sticky and it will hold together. And if you want to learn how to make the sticky rice, go to our website, www.ricklucio.com. Check out our mini-sode called Steamed and Sushi Rice. My bad. Steamed and Sushi Rice. This is the sushi rice. Okay? And in that mini-sode, we'll show you exactly how to make this. It takes a while. This prep work is a big deal here. We're going to use avocado. We're going to use cucumber. We're going to use crab. This is actually imitation crab. We're going to use crab, and we're going to create a California roll. A very popular sushi roll. And I'm going to show you guys how to put it all together. So, I do need this back right here. It's ready to go. And the first thing we're going to work on is prepping our cucumber. Okay, I don't like that piece, and I don't like that piece. All right, but I'm not going to throw them away. I'll talk to you about those in a minute. Okay, so here we go. Now, we don't need the whole, we're going to use like half of this cucumber. So we're going to cut it in half, and then we're going to cut it in half again so you can see the inside. Okay? You can see the seeds right here. Very simply, just cut at a diagonal right here on each side, and do this on the cutting board, not in your hand, and pop those seeds out. Okay? Those you don't want to keep, don't keep them. Don't worry about it. Let's do it again on this one. One side here. Turn around on the diagonal, so like that. So we cut out sort of a little triangle. But that gets rid of all those seeds on the inside. Now, all we're doing, let's cut both of these in half. We're going to cut these into thin matchstick slices. Okay? So that just means you can cut them like the thickness of a matchstick. Very simple. Very simple. There you go. That's how you do it. I'm going to put it over here. And this is the only one we're going to use. Now, what are we going to do with the rest of this cucumber that we've peeled? Well, I'll tell you right now when I'm done cutting these into little matched sticks. Also, do not, well, I guess you could, but you don't have to. Do not throw salt on this stuff here. Okay? There's already flavoring in the rice. When you go watch our rice video, you'll know that I flavored the rice already. We don't want to add any more salt or any other kind of flavor to it right now. So just leave this the way it is. The only thing we may mess with might be this avocado when I show you how to cut it, because if you cut avocado and then you leave it out, it's going to turn brown on you, and we don't want brown avocado in our sushi. That would just look ugly. So the avocado, we might actually end up just using a little bit of lemon on. Okay, remember the parts I didn't like? Okay, here's the parts I didn't like. I'm just going to cut them into smaller pieces. And then here's the part we're not going to use. Let's cut these into nice thick roll slices here. There you go. Okay, now this is not part of the sushi. This is so we don't throw away any cucumber. So here's your cucumber. Now this you can throw salt on, because this is a cucumber we're going to come back to and serve on the side. And then you're going to use rice vinegar, rice wine vinegar, rice vinegar, however you find it. This stuff is amazing. And all you're going to do is throw some on this cucumber and just let it sit. All right, look at that, an extra side dish. You didn't even have to ask for it. I gave it to you for free. You're welcome. Now, avocado. Let me talk to you about how to cut this avocado. We know that in this avocado there's this seed, okay? We already know that. So a lot of people will do this. Let me use the other one. I want to use this one differently. A lot of people will do this. They'll cut it open like this. Twist it, and you have this. Okay, and then you have these two parts and the seeds removed. Nothing wrong with doing that. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, but I'm not using this avocado, so let me put some lemon on it and put it back in this dish. But I would prefer, and I think you will prefer it also, to cut my avocado in this manner. We know that we already know there's a seed in there. So let's not cut right down the middle. Let's cut off to one side. Okay, look at that. We didn't hit the seed. Again, we might, but see, in this case, we're hitting the seed there. So let's cut off right there, just a little bit of the seed. I'll move this avocado to the side over here. And now this is what we have. Remember, we want to make matchsticks. We want to make it match. We want to make it match what we have here. The best way to do it is to cut it like that and then go through here. Look, see how flat it is? There's no hole in there. Okay, so just go like this and cut the little matchsticks. Very simple stuff. Okay, it's really hard to do it from this side, guys, but it can be done. Okay. But then again, you see how much sliding you get on that? This side is easier to do it. And now you have matchsticks. Yes, 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 you have to peel them. But now this is a whole lot easier to put in our sushi roll than trying to cut it and scoop it out with a spoon, and then, you know, trying to even it out, and then trying to cut it into matchsticks. This is the much easier, much smarter way of doing it. And you know what they always say, work smarter, not harder. And that's exactly what I was doing right here. I was working smarter for my avocado and not harder. All right, so 2 parts of the California roll are already ready. Actually 3 parts. We know the rice is ready, the cucumber is ready, the avocado is ready. The only thing left to get ready is the crab. In our case, we're using imitation crab. You can go buy fresh crab meat. Fresh crab meat is very brown, and then you have, you know, if you're going to cook it, it may turn a little bit white or pink for you, but it doesn't look as pretty as this imitation crab meat that we're going to use. Now, imitation crab meat is exactly that. It is fake. It is real fish, but it's not crab. It's got crab flavor and coloring injected into it so that it looks like crab and it looks much prettier, but it is not crab. It is fish. The problem with this one is it comes in chunks like this, and it's harder to keep into those little breadstick cuts that we want to do for everything else. But all you do is chop it up like this. Stuff like this, even sticky stuff like this, doesn't matter what knife you're using, it's going to stick, guys. But the other stuff rolled right off, so we're really happy with our knife. All right, a couple of more of these. Very simple, guys. And this you can find in the seafood area of your supermarket. If you have never seen the imitation crab or any of the other stuff there, just go back to the seafood area, ask them for it. If they don't have it up front in display, they'll find it for you, I promise. All right, we're going to use that crab. We're going to use all of that. Now, it's enough of my knife, enough of my cutting board. Wash my hands a little bit. All right, let's get rolling. Here we go. Let's get rolling. I don't know why that fell there. This is our rolling mat. Okay? First thing you want to do is get some plastic wrap and cover your rolling mat with plastic wrap. Why, you say? Well, because sticky rice tends to stick in between all the wonderful rolly parts of your rolling mat. Okay. That one didn't cooperate with me, so I'm going to do another one. All right, not everything I do is solid gold, but pretty close. Pretty close. Here we go. Okay, so we have plastic wrap on our rolling mat. Now, this is a full sheet of nori or seaweed. This is a full sheet. Okay, using a full sheet in making this is really not helpful. Okay, you're going to, by the time you roll it over to here, you're going to start just rolling this over. If this is on the outside, it might work. California is an inside-out roll, which means the seaweed will be on the inside. So we're going to cut this sheet. This one even has little lines, you can see. We're going to cut it right here off of this line right here. Okay? And this is all we're going to roll. Ah! There you go. Much better. Okay, that's what we're going to roll right here. There is a dull side and a shiny side. I want the shiny side up. All right, now we're going to take our wooden spoon. And guys, we're using wooden spoons, not rubber, not metal. Wooden. We use a lot of wooden products in Asian cooking, and that's what we're using here. Okay, we're going to spread our sticky rice. This is our sushi rice, which is sticky. We're going to spread it on top of that. Okay, all the way to the ends is fine, please. And look at this. This is how much it sticks. It's, you know, use a spoon, push it down, and let's get it covered all over the area. It's not an easy thing to do. You know what? Just for that, it goes to the hands. Look at that. That's right. I'm going to roll it with my hands anyway, so I'm going to now spread it with my hands. How's that sound? There you go. There you go. Man up a little bit. Don't worry about getting your hands dirty. Oh my gosh. All right. So now we have our rice there. Now I'm going to wash my hands because I got them dirty. Okay. Now we have our rice. Now let's put in our veggies. Okay. Let's put in a couple of, look at that, 3. We can put a little bit more. There you go. This is our cucumber. Okay. Then we're going to add a little bit of avocado, and then we're going to top this off with imitation crab, with crab meat, guys. Okay. Oops, I'm sorry. I told you this was an inside out one, didn't I? Why am I making it normal if this is inside out? Let me move this outside and let me show you how to flip this over. That was my fault, guys. I got ahead of myself. I was so excited. So normally you just do this. You know what? I hate to do it with that, so I'm going to use another piece of plastic. This is much easier to do, believe me. Okay, another piece of plastic right over this. Oh yeah, much better. Okay, in fact I can spread it out here without getting too much sticky on me. And now let's just flip it over. Now the rice is on the outside. Okay, the other thing you should add, or you could add, and I don't think I have it here with me right now, are the sesame seeds. You should toast them. If you have it, you can add them before, you can add them after. Don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. But sesame seeds can be sprinkled on top of the rice and give it a little bit of texture on the outside. Okay, so we still have, see how we still have plastic here? That's exactly what we want. Which way do I want to roll? I've got to roll this way, so here we go. Now, hey, now why don't we add something here? There you go. There you go. I can't believe I had to correct myself in the middle of this. This is the beauty of us doing our show live. A lot of people will edit themselves down until they're perfect, and you think they never make a mistake in the kitchen. That's not the case. We all make mistakes in the kitchen. We just have to not worry about it, not let it get to us. When it doesn't get to me, I'm not worried about it. Okay, so here we go. We got all our veggies right there. All right. Now the trick to this is we need to fold this over. We want to keep the plastic out of there. We're not trying to put plastic into our sushi. Okay, so let's roll this over like this. But we've got to keep rolling our mat backwards. So you roll it one way, you roll the sushi forward, and your mat backwards. It's a little tricky, guys. Okay, it does get tricky. It does get tricky, and it is a challenge, but it's not impossible. And there we go. And there we go. And now I'm going to firm it up like that. Now I'm going to take off the mat. I firmed it up too much, but that's all right. Now here's the tricky part with the plastic. Okay, there you go. Now let's roll this over. We can always put the seam to the bottom. Okay, let's roll it this way. The seam goes to the bottom. You see, the outside looks really good. We got our sushi, inside out sushi. We take our knife, our sushi knife. Let me do this on a cutting board. I'll feel much better instead of doing it on my. Now let me remove this from the plastic so I'm not cutting plastic for no reason. Perfect. All right. All right. You know what? We should be very happy with ourselves, guys. We should be very happy. Now, we don't ever use these outer ends on either side. Okay? We don't ever use those. And now, you just cut it to the thickness that you would like it to be. Simple stuff. Now, this sticky rice was a little bit more moist than I wanted, but it still worked just fine. Okay? And here we are. Now, that is how you roll sushi. Okay? You roll forward, you pull the mat backwards at the same time. It is not a very simple thing to do, guys, but look at the inside of that. You see that? That looks beautiful. And we're going to see it plated in a little while. Let's move on to our next project. All right, that was wonderful. I'm very happy with that. I am very excited about it. I'm trying to clear up. Unfortunately, there's a lot of things to clear at the same time. And unlike those other shows that have a bunch of help, I have one person helping, and he's busy running cameras and doing angles and trying to make sure everything looks good here, that he can't come up here and just wipe stuff away for me. That's up to me. All right, now we're moving on. All right, what's next, guys? Well, we got the sushi roll, and we have our beef marinating, and we also have our cucumber being pickled in the rice wine vinegar. So let's move on to our, I think it was called Gyoza. This is actually just a pot sticker, guys. We're going to use egg roll wrappers. Egg roll wrappers, okay? Now, be careful when you're getting these out. They tend to stick together, and that makes, you know, two of them, which makes them much thicker than they should be. And then this is a stuffing that I made earlier for it. This particular stuffing has ground pork, onions, garlic, and carrots. Okay, a little bit of salt and pepper, and we cooked them in sesame oil. Sesame oil, not extra virgin olive oil, but sesame oil. That's what we cooked it in. Okay, so we took the ground pork, we took all of it together, we put it in a little pan and cooked it in sesame oil. Then we get this. This is what we're gonna stuff our pot stickers with. And we're also gonna cook them in a little bit of sesame oil. All right, so what's the first thing we do? Well, you can actually make a pot sticker out of, you know, like this whole size. This whole thing is to use for an egg roll, okay? But we're not making egg rolls, we're making pot stickers. So we need to cut this down. Now I'm using sort of a medium-sized cookie cutter. I'm using the solid end, not the other end. There you go. And these things you just push to the side. All right, then you just fill it up just a little bit though. You don't need a lot because you do have to close this thing, okay? So those bigger chunks we don't need. We just need the little ones right there. Now, another key to doing this properly is to have your fingers, to have some water available for your fingers. Okay? I, myself, have a little bowl of water. Now, a little bowl of water. And all you do is just get your fingers in here and wet it. Look, just wet the outside so that when you close them over each other, it forms a really good seal. Okay? Because it's the steam on the inside that's going to cook these things. All right, so you fold it over. Now, an easy way of closing them together is just using the fork method like this, guys. Just using the fork method like this. See? Pretty, sealed, really nice. Same thing. Same thing. Let's fold it over. Remember, we don't need a lot in there because this is not a very big one. Now, if you wanted to make them bigger, you could use the larger size cookie cutter. Okay, see, it didn't seal really well on this side. I need to make sure it seals. All right, I believe I have a mini-sode of empanadas, which are very much the same thing. Okay, so you want to get a bigger one? You want to do a bigger one? That's cool. Just cut it right there. Use the bigger one. A little bit in the center. Wet your fingers and get it wet all the way around so that it seals. So the empanada way of doing this, you know, using empanada bread, we're using the same sealing method. Okay, so if you want to go back and look at that in case you know, you want to see how to do these things different ways. Okay, so just seal them just like that. Now, yes, I'm going to make more of these after the show. I'm just making a few to get you guys a good understanding of what we're working on here, okay? Now, if you wanted to make them bigger, or if you wanted to make, you know, an actual egg roll or whatever, you could use the whole thing. But doing it like this is just, I think doing it like this is just fine. I really do. Do I have enough of this over here? I do. I think I do. Close enough. Yes. There you go. All right, cookie cutters. Sometimes cookie cutters don't cooperate. Sometimes they do. Okay, let's get that wet here. Let's put something in the middle. Now let's see if we can fold this a different manner, guys. Okay, let's see if we can take this. Okay, it's sealed here, and then you just fold it over like that, and then fold it over a second time, and then fold it over a third time, and then fold it over a fourth time, and then fold it over a fifth time, and then fold it over again. I think I was holding it too close to my body, I'm sorry. And then fold it over again, and then fold it over again, and that's it. And look at that little pattern we just made. Let's try that one more time. I doubt I can do it twice in a row, but it's worth a try. So here we go. Alright, so there's another way of closing it. You don't have to just press it with forks. You can actually, with your hand, lift it up here. See, that's what the water is so important. So it's already sealed, and the folding really holds it in place. Okay, so let's fold it, let's fold it, let's fold it, let's fold it, fold it, and fold it, and fold it, and fold it, and at the very end we close it down like that, and that's 2 of them made just like that. Okay, there's 5 of them right there. That's what we're going to make right now. Now let's go to our stove camera and let's see how they're made. First thing we do is turn on a little bit of heat under this pan. We're going to use this pan right here to make them. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Now, we do need a little bit of oil, but we are not, I don't know how many times I can repeat this. We're not trying to fry them up in the oil. Okay, all we're trying to do is, we don't even really want to brown them, we just need them to start cooking a little bit. What are we going to use? Well, first of all, we're going to use the right burner. I almost burned myself again. I keep turning on the front one instead of the back one. And I've been in this apartment for a few months now, almost a year. So I really should learn how. Okay, sesame oil. This is what we're going to use. But not a lot, guys. And when I mean not a lot, I mean, you see how little that was right there? You see that? Okay, all we're trying to do, and if you want, as it's heating up, if you want, get a paper towel, and spread it with a paper towel. Just get this bottom one. This is all we need right here, guys. Okay? We just need it to get hot. And if you're allergic to peanuts, if you're allergic to that kind of stuff, you're going to smell the sesame and you're going to think about your allergies, like I did right now. All right. We need this to get hot. It's not hot enough yet. All we're going to do, we're going to drop our oh, let me close this one again. Hold on. We're going to drop our pot stickers. We're going to drop our pot stickers into the hot oil and let them cook. Okay, on each side real quick. And then, but we need this oil hot. And see, if I started to get it hot while I was still working on it, then it would overheat. Sesame oil has a very low burning point and or smoke point. So you really have to be careful when you're doing this. But then again, this is why it cooks so fast too. So we're just dropping it onto here. Okay, 2. These 2 are together, 3, 4, 5. We're going to drop that on there. We're going to let it cook for a second. And then all we're going to do is flip them over, guys. When they're ready to go, we're going to flip them over, because we're not trying to get them brown and all crispy. We're trying to just cook it a little bit on each side. And then, while I go on to something else, we're going to drop a little bit of water. Okay? Just a little bit of water and cover it. And we're going to let the steam do all the rest of the work. Now they're going to cook in there with that steam. Okay, so you can turn it down to below medium to almost all the way low and just let the steam and the water do all that work. All right. Guess where we're at now, guys? Guess where we are at now? We are now time for the beef teriyaki. We're going to stay on the stove. Let me move this out of the way. All right. Back here, let me get this out of the way. Let me show you what's in here. I haven't even talked about this. what I did was make more rice today. Again, if you want to know how to make, this is just steamed rice. Okay, if you want to know how to make the steamed rice, if you want to know how to make the sushi rice, check out our minisodes at ricklucio.com. Okay, so this is the steamed rice we're gonna serve today. It was on here because I was cooking it, but I don't need it right now. Let me get this out of your way. All right, this is a wok. Okay, so if somebody says take a wok, this is what you go get. All right, that was a funny joke. It was. We need a little bit of sesame oil in our wok. Okay, more than we used in that one though. Okay, more than we used in that one. And then make sure it just reaches every part of the, at least on the bottom. Like I said, it has a low smoke point, so when you turn on this heat, you want to at least make sure that there's no empty spots on the bottom. Make sure I turn on the right one. It's going to get hot fast. And then we're going to cook up our marinated food here. Okay? Now this is how it works, guys. This is how it works. A wok is made flat on the bottom here. That picks up all the heat. Then it distributes the heat to the sides. The sides are for the veggies, so that you can cook your entire dish in here, the meat here, and warm up the veggies on the side. That's normally how it's going to work. This is going to cook so fast, we're not going to even worry about it too much. Okay, as soon as we know that it's hot enough. And again, if you're using a wok, use a wooden spoon, guys. We're using wooden spoons on everything out here. This looks fantastic. Yes, we need to let it cook out. So I'm going to turn that down a little bit and let that water finish in there. What I don't want to do is burn it too much. There you go. All right, you can hear the oil already going. The oil is ready for the meat, so we're going to throw this in. Now, all of it's going to cook really fast, so you can throw it all in at once if you prefer. Okay, it's in there. Push it around. Nothing wrong with that. Push it around a little bit. There you go. Now, all it is right now, it does have the teriyaki, which means there's plenty of salt in it. So right here where I would normally put salt in, don't do that. If you want to throw in some pepper, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay? A little bit of pepper, nothing wrong with that. All right, here we go. Look at this. Now, just push it around with the spoon. Keep pushing it around and pushing it around with the spoon. There you go. You can see, you know what, I'm going to see if I can get this closer to you. You can see the meat's already cooking up. You can still see it's a little bit rare right there, but that's all right. We're going to put it back on this fire. We're going to cook it up. Remember, the bottom of this thing gets hot. The side is where you keep, veggies that you're trying not to overcook. So you can always push the mushrooms to the side and throw the meat to the middle. Nothing wrong with that. All right. This is good stuff, guys. We're moving right along, too. Moving right along. Now, after we're done with this, and our wonderful pot stickers are done, then I get to plate this, and you guys get to see exactly what we're serving today. What a beautiful, beautiful little dinner we're going to have. Of course, this is like, I'm showing you what's enough for 1 or 2 people maybe. I'm serving 3 people today, and that means I need to make some more of this off camera. But I will. Don't you worry about me. I'm sure somehow or another I'll cook enough for everybody. I'm going to turn that off already. I'm going to turn this off already. Let's look at this. Oh, that looks so good. Okay. Oh yeah, these are ready to go. Now, where's my rice? Here's my rice. Bum, bum, bum. So that's ready to go. The pot stickers look really, really good. My beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sushi, which did not take long, is ready to go. So, we're ready to basically we are ready to plate all of this. Yeah, let's go to the workstation now. Guys, you can see this is where I'm going to plate it. All right, my sushi's on there. My rice is on there. See the rice in the bowl? See the sushi on there? These are my pot stickers, which I'll get out for you in a second. My beef, beautiful beef and mushroom teriyaki. Okay. I don't want to put it all on there. I'm not trying to overpower the plate here, but I do want you to see it. Oh, look at that. And the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pot stickers. If they're not too stuck. If they're not too stuck. Oh, that was so funny. Ah, I'm a funny guy. I'm a funny guy. All right. They're a little bit too stuck though, aren't they? Yep. I can't believe they decided to do this to me today. Guess what we're going to do, Rance? Guess what we're going to do, Duran? What? We're going to make pot stickers one more time. Look, I got one of them off. All right. The other ones decided not to cooperate too much today. And so we're going to push it off. We're going to continue this episode, guys. Hold on. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. I know I said we'd be done, but we're not. We're going to cook 2 more pot stickers for you. The other ones decided not to cooperate. These things are very delicate, guys. They are very delicate. It's not the world. It's not the easiest thing to do. And, ow. And I burned myself at the same time. How about that? But it comes from the heat of the oil, the heat of all of it working together. And it was my fault because I didn't turn on the right part, and then I tried to rush it, and that's the way it goes. Okay, let me move my beautiful food out of the way for a couple of seconds. And then let's talk about the pot sticker one more time, right guys? Pot sticker. Here we go. Here we go. We get a couple of these. In fact, I'll get 3 out of this one right here. Look at that. All right, fill it. 1. I said fill it. Where's my filling? Remember, we don't need a lot on the inside because we got to fold this over. Okay, there you go. Filling 3 of them. All right, we need a little bit of water. Why do we need water? To help the seal. That's right. Not the or seal, but to seal the pot stickers. Okay, we're not helping seals and walruses here. We're sealing pot stickers. See, sense of humor. Okay, this thing is on. I'm going to put a little bit of oil in here already. Now I'm going to see. Now the oil made me mad because I messed it up the first time, and you know it happens. Guys. This is what happens in kitchens. This is what happens in professional kitchens. This is what happens in amateur kitchens. This is what happens. Okay, you cannot let it throw you. You cannot let it upset you. You can just move on and keep going. This is all we can do. And that's what I'm doing right here. But I'm also not going to let you down. I am not going to let you down. Oh, while we're doing this, let me tell you about our contest, guys. We have a contest to like us on Facebook. We are cooking for the boys on Facebook. We have a page that we would really like to get some more hits on, some more likes on. So we do have a Facebook contest. Like us on Facebook. That means you get 20 people to go like us, and you get to do a request show just like this one. A request show just like this one. Let's go to the stove. This is a request show for a birthday. This is what my son requested. All right, so there we are. Now we're gonna let them cook a little bit longer on each side now because they upset me the first time. This is the show my son requested for his birthday. So you get 20 people to sign up for Facebook, to like us on Facebook. I'm sorry, not sign up for Facebook. To like us on Facebook. You get 25. I'm sorry. My producer tells me 25. You're right. The contest is 25 people. You get 25 people to like us. The first person to get 25 people to like us will win a chance to actually to actually request a dish that could be made, a dinner that could be made, you know, whether it's a whole dinner, whether it's just one dish, whether it's a, you know, you can request whichever, anything you want, guys. Okay, now you can see that our pot stickers will be a lot better. Okay, but it still needs a little bit of water, and it still needs to be covered, like that. So yes, 25 people on Facebook like us, and you're the first person to get 25 people there. You win their request show, and that request show, my friends, will be a wonderful way for you to learn how to make something you've always wanted to make, a wonderful way to learn a different way of making your favorite dish. Either way, I will make it for you. I will dedicate it to you. I will use whatever name you want me to use when I talk to you on when I explain to everybody where it came from. It'll be all about you. Our Facebook like contest. Our like us on Facebook contest. All right. You can check out the details at ricklucio.com and go to Facebook, look for Cooking for the Boys, and like us there, and things would be going great for us. All right. Now it's going to look a lot better with those things. Now it's going to look a lot better. Let's go to the workstation real quick. Okay, you see we're back with our food here. Okay, now let me show you this. This is just soy sauce right here. This is just soy sauce we're going to use for dipping, or you can pour it over your white rice if you like. This is a sweet chili sauce. A sweet chili sauce. This is a beautiful dipping sauce for those pot stickers. It's also beautiful to add to a lot of other things. All right, let me show you what the bottle looks like. This is it. It says sweet chili sauce on it. It is wonderful. You're wondering, hey, is that too hot? Is it too spicy? The answer is no. Okay? If my son Duran and I were to have a band and we called ourselves the Spice Boys, my son Duran would be somewhere around mild or medium spice, because that's what he likes, and he loves this sauce. Of course, I would be Old Spice, but that's besides the point. So if we had a band, that's what we'd be. Now look at that, I added 2 more to make our plate complete here. Guys, this white rice, teriyaki beef and mushrooms, our pot stickers, which some of them stuck to the pot, which is why I was struggling with them, and our California roll. Don't forget the sesame on the outside of the roll, like I did. All right, let's go to camera 1. Anyway, happy birthday to my son Duran. Happy birthday to my son David. Guys, thank you for joining us. Okay, I hope this looks as good to you guys as it does to me. I hope you guys try it out. Go to ricklucio.com. Check out our mini-sodes. Check out our recipe page. These recipes are on our recipe page, and they're not my recipes, so I gave full credit to where I got them from. All right? I'm not trying to rip off anybody. Remember, you can always change these things around. You can add something different to your California roll. You can add more stuff to your beef teriyaki. You can change the filling of those pot stickers. I used ground pork. Use ground turkey, use ground chicken, use ground beef, use tofu. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay? You can add it, change it any way you want. My name is Chef Mick. This is Cooking for the Boys Live. If you know how to cook, you can marry for looks. A Revolution Studio production. Thank you to Duran for helping me out. We'll see you guys again next week. Peace and love. Peace and love, guys. Bye. I still got work to do.